applied because, well, interest means always interest is on the unpaid balance, okay? Interest is for unpaid balance. Each month, some money, some portion of your payment will go to principal. Therefore, this unpaid balance is decreasing. You know what I mean? Therefore, each month, as time goes, interest is going to be decreasing a little bit, and the principal, the portion goes to principal, therefore, is going to increase a little bit. Anyhow, fixed amount is this. Okay? So one portion goes down, that means the other portion will go up. Okay. So, how much of it? Okay, for this one, just for the first payment. Okay. For the first payment, what's going to happen? Your unpaid balance is the whole thing. Isn't that right? Okay? Unpaid balance is the entire loan amount of $180,000. So, what's going to happen? Well, that means you are going to pay for 0.5%, okay? 0.5% of interest. So 0.5% times unpaid balance, 180,000. So compute that. How much is it? That is $900. Are you surprised or not? I was surprised to see this. Look at that. You pay $1,079.19, and then this interest is, this part is $900. In other words, almost all the money you paid went to the bank profit. How much is left? Well, that is $179.19. That one goes to cancel your debt. Yeah, this is a very upsetting part, but that's how we calculate, and that's all the loans are calculated this way. Okay, get the concept? Every month, this. Okay, not this is for the first month, but anyhow, for each month, how to find the interest, that one is going to be 0.5% times this unpaid balance. Well, from the second month, third month, it is difficult to find, compute unpaid balance. So that's why I'm going to do the first month only. Okay? So, yes, this is what's happening. All right. The next is part C. Calculate the unpaid balance on the loan on December 31st, 2011 is just after the 180th payment. So what is going on this day? So now we are going to look at this one as December 31st, 2011. 2011. So that is exactly how many years later? 15 years later. So before you calculate, let's just use our instinct. Okay? Well, the full length is what? December 31st, 2026. This is going to be the last payment you are going to make. Okay? Last payment. So you are right in the middle. Right in the middle. So you have a feeling like when you borrowed $180,000, you are right in the middle. So you have a feeling of like, probably did I pay about half the debt? Okay, did I pay half the debt? We'll see. All right. So we want to compute the unpaid balance at this point. That is a question mark. Okay. So we are going to analyze this. So far we made what? 180 payments. So how many payments are left? Altogether 360 payments. So another 15 years, correct? Another 15 years, therefore still 100, I'm going to use, to emphasize it, still 100 payments left. You know what I mean? Therefore, unpaid balance at this point is, this is the same as, this is very important, okay? Unpaid balance is the same as, this one is present value of decreasing annuity of this one, 180 payments. You know what I mean? The concept is, again, you are going to looking at this one as a bank point of view. Well, even though we think from our point of view, consumer point of view, but when you think about the money, what do we need to calculate this? That one is, from bank point of view, that is easier to think. Okay, unpaid balance, that means over here from bank point of view, oh, we received 180 payments left, received, but still there are 180 payments we are going to receive. You know what I mean? Therefore, at this point, unpaid balance is present value of the next 180 payments. Okay, I'm going to emphasize that. Next 180 payments. Okay? So, we know that one monthly payment is, so let's compute. So I'm going to call this one present value of 180. So that is for 180 payments, okay? Still, there are many P's, so what are you going to do? That is the formula. 1 minus 1 plus 0, 0, 5 to the negative 180, because this is a next 100 payment. So at this point, it is going to be negative 180 over 0.005 times what is your rent. Rent is $1,079.19. Okay, just simply use this present value formula, P, and we know the rent. Even though it's not a huge size of board like a classroom, but I'm so glad to have this size of a marker board at home so that I can show you my work. Can you imagine you are going to just hear it just from like some notebook and a little bit of a tablet I'm going to just write on? It is going to be, well, anyhow, I'm very happy about this. Okay, alright, so how much is that? That is 100, you remember, we borrowed $180,000, so right in the middle, we paid we sent the payment 180 times so far. Okay, so this is right in the middle. Half of this debt is $90,000. So I'm thinking maybe we have just a little bit more than $90,000, like $100,000 still to pay. Okay, so guess what? We calculate that is $127.88. This $127,887.81. Still a lot, don't you think? Okay, we are right in the middle, but it's well over of this half of this, the loan amount is still left to pay. Okay, still left. Well, I'm going to emphasize, still, okay, outstanding here, outstanding balance. So when you sell something in the middle, for example, you borrowed money to buy a car. So let's make a happy scenario. You got a job in California, so you are going to fly. You don't want to take that. You got a big good job, okay, compared to here. So, well, you can sell this car and then you just fly, and then you are going to buy a new car over there. So we are going to sell, in short, you are going to sell a used car which you borrowed money for, okay, from the bank. What is the most important figure? How much you are going to charge, okay? How much you are going to sell it for? You are going to look up the internet, or you are going to look at the blue books, okay? Whatever you do, the most important number you are going to look at is how much still do I owe the bank? Because you have to get the money out of that, okay, from that person that you are going to sell the car to. You know what I mean? So always this unpaid balance, this is going to be the one that you are going to watch out all the time when you sell it, something used one in the middle. So likewise in the house also. For most people, not too many people live in the same house for 30 years because after the kids go to college, well, they feel like, okay, this house is a little too big for us, and then they move to a condominium or to a smaller house. So they may sell in the middle of the loan period. At that time, the most important thing to look at is unpaid balance. So this is a simple thing. After 15 years of paying diligently, religiously sent money every month, still you owe the bank this much. Okay? Alright? D. How much interest will be paid during the month of January 2012? So look at this. Unpaid balance is this much. 127,887. This. So that is the very next month, right? January here, January 2012. How much of interest are you going to pay? Every month you pay what? 0.5% of the unpaid balance, correct? Okay? So 0.5%, that is a 0.005 I, in other words, times unpaid balance. This much is going to be the interest paid in January 2012. Okay, interest rate I times unpaid balance at that time, at the current time. So how much is that? That is $639.44. Earlier I said each month you make a payment of 1,000 what was it? Let's say $79.19. Okay, so one part goes to interest, one part goes to principal. This interest is going to be going down every month because anyhow you pay off a little bit of debt each month. So, and the very first time when you make a payment, $900 went to the bank for interest. But after you make 180 payments, well, the interest goes to bank is $639.44. Still more than half of your payment still goes to the bank. Okay? Alright. The next one. How much of the principal will be paid off during the year 2012? Well, honestly, you don't have to do that, okay? No. Well, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do part F. Yes. What is the total amount of interest paid during the 30 years? Okay, so I'm sure you expect a huge amount, okay? Because the first month alone, 900 went to the bank. The next month, a little less than 900. But as you saw here, even after 15 years, the $639 go to the bank for interest, okay? So this time, interest paid in 30 years. You expect big, okay? Precisely how much interest you pay in 30 years. So, what is the concept? You borrowed this much, but your monthly payment is $1,079.19. How many times do you make this payment? Yes, you make 360 times. Okay? This is your total payment. This is your total payment. And subtract the total, the amount you borrowed, 180,000. Okay, calculate how much that is. Anybody? So you multiply, you understand the concept, okay? It's pretty easy concept. This is your total payments, and you are going to subtract 180,000 from that. So how much is this? That is okay, $208,508.40. Can you believe this? I'm not joking. You take care of this. Okay? You borrowed $180,000, but the interest you pay to the bank for 30 years is over $200,000. Way more than what you borrowed. Okay? So this is the mathematics behind just buying a house. You know what I mean? Do you know how many houses out there? Well, millions of homes. That means the bank is going to give millions of loans, and the profit is pretty good for them. You know what I mean? Okay? So this is the just how you understand when you buy a house. Okay? You pay a lot of interest. So next time when you come back, we are going to look at some options like, well, how can I make like a little bit of less payment? So that means there are things involved over here. Interest rate. Can you get a better rate than 6%? In other words, what about 5%? What about even 4%? Well, it depends on the current, the interest rate, okay, interest market, money market. Well, right now, the interest rate should be pretty low because President Trump did what the Feds decreased the interest rate. So in other words, banks borrow money from the Feds. That interest rate is almost zero. In other words, banks borrow their money, okay, from the Feds at almost no interest, and then they are turn around with that money. They are going to loan that money to us, and then they are going to charge 4%, 5%, 6%. So the gap between they pay almost 0% and they charge, let's say 5%. The gap is their profit. Okay? So over here, well, you understand. Okay? Alright, so yes, if you have a good job and you have, furthermore, if you have a very good credit score, the bank can give you better rate. Okay? Another thing is the term, 30-year period. You may say, okay, I have a very good job, and I'm not going to wait 30 years to pay off the debt. I'm going to borrow the money in the 20-year term. Well, you can do that. 20-year term, yes, you pay off your debt in 20 years, but instead what? Of course, you are going to have a pretty significant higher amount of monthly payment, mortgage payment. Okay? So we are going to compare those options next time. I'm going to bring Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to send it to you, and then you are going to look at those things before you come to class. Okay? Or before you watch the video. Okay, all right. Still, I have to adjust, get used to this new situation over here. So, how did you like so far? Well, we are almost done. Okay, but the most important thing, your payment is going to be rent of a decreasing annuity. Okay, so I'm going to look at just one more problem in the practice problems, and this time is going to be quarterly payment. Okay, it doesn't have to be monthly payment. Simply monthly payment is just, that is a prevailing method. But for the theoretically, my math lab can ask you anything, the randomized problems. So let's compute this quarterly payment. Okay, that is practice problem number 1 on page 98. Number 1 problem. A business loan of $10,000 is to be repaid with the quarterly payments. This one is the original loan amount, okay, with quarterly for 5 years at 6.4%. Interest compounded quarterly, of course. Compounded quarterly. Okay? So, from the bank point of view, yes, they put the money, $10,000 up front. So, from here that, okay, as you make a payment, that is their income, okay? That is their profit. Okay, so because the money came in big sum amount in the beginning, that's why we have to apply present value. Okay, so here we go. Let's summarize this. So this is P, and quarterly, so M equals 4, and 5 years, so T equals 5 years. But from here, what is N?